Grand Rising, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, Miss Regina. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing great today. Y'all give me a minute. I am trying to correct my banners. Just a second here. hmm Okay, we have some things that we are going to talk about this morning. To the comments. Okay. Um, hello, hello, hello. Sorry about the delay. Grand rising to everyone on this beautiful Tuesday, the day after Labor Day. Labor Day, everyone is getting back to work, and yeah, excuse me, I have my Coke, my soda in the morning. Everyone is getting back to work and um, coming off a 3 day weekend. Many people are. And I hope you all were safe over this holiday and everything is going well for you this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Goddess of Light Magee morning show. Make sure when you come into the light that you hit the like button as well as subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed. Hit the notification bell twice for me. That way, whenever I go live or whatever I do on my channel, you will be here for it. Okay, this is what we're going to talk about this morning on the show. Excuse me. I had the. Hold on one second. I had the pleasure on yesterday of listening to Young Pharaoh. I don't know if you all are aware of Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh has a YouTube channel here on YouTube. He teaches a lot about um, our history, African American history, spirituality, the ancestors. He he also has a university that he is, well, it might have been last week that he was letting you enroll for $1 in his university, where he does a lot of teachings um, regarding African Americans, our history, our story, our true story. Okay, not his story, someone else's story. He teaches um, us about our story, our history, our ancestors, DNA, spirituality, just about anything to do with African American culture. Okay, he teaches a lot of that. He also has a lot of lectures that he does. He's also a rapper, I think. Yeah, and he has over 500,000 followers. He has probably 4 or 5 different uh, channels. He also has the gaming channel. But anyway, so much for that. I ran across a video, and the title of the video was The Importance of Knowing Your Ancestors and Practicing the Proper Form of Spirituality. And he talked about how important it was to know your ancestors and to make sure that you're practicing spirituality the right way. A lot of people want to jump right in and say, "Oh, I want to practice spirituality. Oh, I want to get back to my roots. I want to practice what my ancestors practiced, but you have to be careful because there are certain things you can do and certain things you cannot do. And young Pharaoh broke it down in that video. We are going to listen to some different segments of the video because I don't want you to distract my channel. Young Pharaoh, if you have a problem with me playing this, some of your cliff notes in my video, you can leave me a comment under this video letting me know that you want me to take it down, and I will take it down. But I am your supporter, so I am just sharing with my Goddess Nation over here what I am learning from following you for about 3 years now. You have really helped me on my spiritual journey. Learning all about the ancestors and spirituality and all of that. So there is a part in there, I didn't write it down, I should have written it down, where he talks about worshiping um, the correct God, as that is one of my questions I have here on the banner there. Are you worshiping the right God? Are you worshiping the right God? Or are you worshiping someone else's God? Are you worshiping a God that was given to um, our ancestors? Or are you worshiping the God, the creator of all that our ancestors worshiped? Because we know that our ancestors were the first people on this planet Earth. We know that our people excuse me, let me go back here. Our people comes from the stars. I don't know if y'all heard of the Dagon tribe. The Dagon tribe said that our ancestors came from the stars. They just didn't pop up here. They came from the stars. We are the people of the stars. Mhm. So before slavery, we need to find out who was our ancestors worshiping? Who were they praying to? What was they praying to? Was they praying to nature? Did they have their own gods? Did they um, pray to them, each other, or what? So we're going to find out a little bit about that this morning from Young Pharaoh. I will be letting some of this video play. Hopefully you can hear it, and I will be stopping to interject to insert my commentary. And we're going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to let you guys listen, and I will be back with my commentary.
It is important. See, first we're going to go to the importance of the ancestors, then we're going to go to the importance of practicing the proper form of spirituality, okay? It's important to know your ancestors, okay? Now, you don't just have, see, a lot of people, minds are so limited, they think their ancestors is just physical people who died before them, okay?
I hope you guys can hear me.
Ancestors ultimately are the intellectual, energetic entities who constructed your DNA. So it's one thing, and I'm gonna use myself in this video as an example. But whatever race you are, you belong to your own group of entities. This is not about being racist, but this is about knowing who you are. Okay, and this is where royal bloodlines and all of that come in. Now, I'm gonna use myself as an example because I'm black. But take what I'm saying, the blueprint, and apply it to you wherever you are watching this. Now, let me go into this, right? It's one thing for me to say, oh, my ancestors was already all over the planet Earth. Whether it be Africa, North America, South America, Russia, China, we already know that black people inhabited all parts of the planet Earth, okay? By themselves, 6,000 years ago and beyond, okay? All other races have only been on the planet for 6,000 years today. Now, why is this important? That's only a small fraction of my ancestry, okay? That's only the physical creators. It's kind of like watching Transformers, okay? Now, Prime, okay, his ancestors would be the other primes. That was like, statues inside of the pyramids. But then remember, he had to meet his creators. The entities that was like, we created you. What's wrong with you? Everybody has creators. Duh.
Let's pause right there. Okay. Young Pharaoh said, everyone has a creator. We know the trees create trees after its kind. We know that animals create other animals after its kind. We, as black people, did our God create us, or are we following someone else's God? Mm. Now, I'm going to touch on this real quick. He's probably going to talk about it also. In the Bible, any picture Bible with pictures included in it that you can purchase today, or if you purchased years ago, if you purchased it 100 years ago, we know all of the pictures in the Bible were pictures of another race of people, the Caucasian race. There's not one picture I haven't seen. I'm sure there might be now because there's so much uh, debate about, going on about it. All of the people that I've seen in the Bible, from God, quote unquote, God, to Jesus, to Moses, to all of the prophets, to all of the angels that's in the Bible, all of the disciples, they all were Caucasian people. They were not your color, they were not our color. So, was I guess the people that wrote the Bible, did they place the Caucasian race into the Bible so they can look like them? Did they do it to install fear into other races, in particular the African American race? If the African American race, when they were slaves, if they was given a chance, which they probably couldn't that much. If they were given the chance to read the Bible, or the slave master read the Bible to them, um, and they were able to see pictures of God, of Jesus, of the prophets, the angels. Everybody looked like their slave masters. Nobody in the scriptures looked like them. So don't you think that would make them obey and be afraid, because they wanted to obey and serve their slave master, as well as obey and serve God, so they could get to heaven? By them being the same color, the pictures in the Bible being the same color as their slave master, that instilled more fear into them. So, does our God look like us? Did our God create us, or did another um, God of another race create us? Young Pharaoh says our Creator created us. We should look like our Creator. Okay, let's continue.
So if y'all don't believe in extraterrestrials by now, after I did all these videos bringing facts, did a whole lecture bringing facts, you're lost. And I'm not about to sit here and convince you to understand, not believe, know that they exist. But I will say this. Black people specifically have, what science confirms, 147 alien genes, okay? Black women in their DNA have an entire race of entities that they call the extinct race. Why do they call it the extinct race? It's because they can see that this module exists within the genome of the black woman's DNA, but they've never found any anthropologic remains, aka skeletons, bones, or any humanoid remains of these entities. So they say that they're extinct. Now, my personal research comes down to this. They're not extinct. They're extraterrestrial. Okay?
That's
period.
Right.
Period.
That's
okay?
Right. Period.
Because somebody that went extinct can't create
exist.
You.
Right.
Okay? They can't create you. Okay? They gotta be here to create you. Okay? And I don't want to hear nothing about no evolution and people went extinct because the evolution theory is a lie. I'm doing a whole lecture on that. So in order for somebody to have created you, okay, they would have had to been here. Somebody can't go extinct and then create you. Okay? Now, the reason I say that is because black people specifically don't have any Neanderthal genes or DNA. Okay? So, the perfect genetic complex and construct of the mitochondrial Eve gene that exists within black women shows, okay, that not only according to the 2011 edition of Microbiology and Evolution, that if you're not black or of African descent, you're a Neanderthal. According to science, if you're not black, you're only 93% human being and 7% Neanderthal. This is why all, Caucasians or Neanderthal beings, be it Dravidians, Asians, Caucasians, and all other races that's not African, Caucasians specifically share 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees. And I'm saying this for scientific purposes, not to try to down nobody, but to let y'all know we are not all the same. Everybody on the planet Earth got their own plethora or inventory of creator who designed them genetically. Black people have ours, and I'm using myself as an example because I'm black. But if another racist person was doing this video, you would be able to use yourself. Now, by me using myself unbiasedly, okay, and speaking from the truth and righteousness of my heart, okay, boom, coming back to the complex, okay, this alleged extinct race of beings, okay, due to my research, I don't find them to be extinct at all. But with that being said, boom, let me come back to my point. It would be a disservice to myself to limit my mind to believe that my ancestors were just physical people who just came out the ground one day and started walking here. Who created humans? Okay.
Okay, let's pause right there. He's going to get into who created us and who is our creator and what God should we as a African American group of people, which God should we be worshiping? Which God should we be praying to? Are we praying to the wrong God? Are a lot of your prayers not being answered because you are praying to the wrong God? Do you believe that all of a lot of people still do, but I'm sure with technology and the internet and Facebook and YouTube and so much being right at our fingertips right now, a lot of history that has been hidden from us for many, many years. Um, and now it's wide open on the internet. You can just type in anything on Google and find out anything you want to know. So I'm sure in today's society, there are less people believing in the white skin, whatever kind of skin you want to call it, um, blue eyes, long stringy hair, Jesus. I'm telling you, from far back as I can remember, even into my adult life, um, well past my 30s, the picture I seen of Jesus, I thought that was Jesus. Don't y'all laugh at me. I really thought that was Jesus, and I really thought the pictures in the Bible of God were God. Whenever I would think of God, I would see this old white man with a long beard, and I thought it was God. And when I thought of Jesus, I would see this white white man with long hair, with white skin, with blue eyes. I thought that was Jesus. And now today, since it has been ingrained in us from birth, you can't get the picture out of your mind. I am meditating every day to get that picture out of my mind. When you say Jesus, boom, the picture pops right in your mind. White skin, long hair, blue eyes. When you say God, boom, the picture is right there in your mind. When I just said it, the image, it flashed right in my mind. I see an old guy with a beard that's up in heaven. Mhm. They really did a number on us as a people. And it was all about control. Let's let young Pharaoh continue. I'll be back with more commentary.
Okay? Especially if science is saying only black people are the true humans. Who created humans? Okay? Because even if you want to go to the Bible, Masonic book that is, for occultic communication between secret societies. But even if you want to go to the Bible, it say, and God said, let us make man in our image.
Who is
it didn't
us?
say him. In the original translation for us is Elohim. And Elohim means many gods. It doesn't mean one God. Exactly. So even in the Bible, technically, not us, God. The word God was translated from Elohim, and Elohim means many gods. So technically, even in the Bible, there was never no one God. There was many gods. Okay? And so these gods are these extraterrestrial deities to whom black people, through science, has been confirmed to genetically share lineage with and from. So I don't want to hear no arguments. Go look up Norman Begram. Okay, and go read his book, The Ring of Saturn. Watch his documentary on how he said when he worked for NASA for 12 years, he seen black people get off a ship on Saturn, and they look just like Negroes in America. Okay, black people in America. So we're not making this. I'm not making this stuff up. This is all researchable fact. Now, bringing my point back. Okay, boom. It's important to know your ancestors. Me specifically, I'm black. Okay, so it's important for me to know my ancestors, so that I can draw or call them forth, whether channeling or meditating or whatever, because all you want to do is turn yourself into a beacon to attract the frequency to which you're trying to draw whatever it is you want from, information, protection, whatever. It's important for me to know where I come from so that I can know who truly has my best interest at hand, okay? Let me use Transformers again since I brought it up. A Decepticon don't have Autobots' best interest at hand. So if I'm praying to a white Jesus, and I've already proven that Jesus...
Okay, did you hear what he said? Let's continue. If you're praying to a white Jesus...
This is really Lucifer. So Jesus don't even work for white people because he's really Lucifer. So how you going to work for me? But with that being said, if I'm praying to a white...
Okay, the internet want to start messing up right there. We're not going to have that this morning. Hold on, you guys.
Jesus, or I'm praying to a Chinese Buddha, or I'm praying to a deep...
YouTube? Is YouTube trying to stop me?
See, that's not my real spiritual source of creation. What is this deity going to do? For me, nothing. And even if some people like to say, oh, it is Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus tied my shoe before I walked out the house. And Jesus made it all possible. Jesus not going to be more powerful in your corner versus those that really created you and be in your corner is your, and we talking about hypothetically speaking here. We know that some parents are trash, but just for, just for laying purposes here, is your mother gonna care about you less than the woman up the street? Your mother want to see you win. The woman up the street just wants you to behave and not be terrorizing her house. Your mama want to see you go out in the world and become somebody. So
yeah, YouTube is trying to stop this video, y'all.
Entities that created us want to see us win. They don't want to see us losing. So why would you not be dealing with them directly? And so this is why, practicing the proper, let me not even go there yet. This is why understanding and connecting with the proper ancestors, okay, is important, because this leads to your spirituality. This is why all these different cultures have specific forms of spirituality, and all of these forms of spirituality coincidentally always involve extraterrestrials. If you want to talk about indigenous people in America or Native Americans, they always dealt with extraterrestrials. They called them the star people. And yes, they were black. This is where the word Indian comes from the Latin word indigo, okay, which means blue, black, and it's a skin color, okay? And so the Indians that you see today are what you call $5 Indians, okay, which are Caucasians, actually white people, okay? And go look up the Dow.
Looks like YouTube is not.
Commission, go read the Dow's rolls. Back in the day, white people was allowing other white people to sign the Dow's rolls.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. He did get the point across that I was trying to find. He was talking about um, us worshiping our ancestors, people that look like us. Okay. And before slavery, before our ancestors were captured and brought into slavery, they practiced their own spirituality. They worship the forces of nature. If even if you go into the forest has um, I don't know if you would call it a god, but the forest has a force in there that's all over the forest. The mountains had a force over it. The lakes and the rivers had a spirit, over it. Everything after its own kind. So why would we as a people continue to worship someone that does not look like us? I know they say, well, that's just people. They just colored it. They just made him white because they wanted him to look like them or whatever. Because the Bible says he was black, this and that, or whatever. But in your mind, when you say Jesus or you praying to Jesus, put in the comment, um, who do you see? Do you see a person that looks like yourself? Or do you see a person that looks like someone of another race? That's very important. The Chinese, like he said, they worship Buddha. Buddha look like them, which we know Buddha is really not a person, but anyway. The Hindus, they worship goddesses and gods that look like them. Um, Caucasians worship gods that a god or god that looks like them. Who are you? Who do you have, my African kings and queens? Who are you worshiping? Are your prayers being answered? Are you manifesting the things that you desire into your life? Um, the things that you want, your intentions, are you manifesting them into your life by praying to this God or this Jesus? You know, the rabbit hole goes deep. I won't talk about a whole lot at one time because I know a lot of people, my subscribers, and a lot of people in the universe today, they still worship God and Jesus, but they have not. I don't know if they've asked themselves lately or whatever. When did the letter J? You spell it Jesus. When did the letter J come on the scene? Was it here in 125 AD, 325 AD, or was it here after the 1600s? That's something you can do a little research on, a little history on. Anyway, to practice African spirituality correctly, you want to make sure you are speaking, you are worshiping, you are um, asking for the things that you desire. You're speaking to the right person or the right entity or the right force. Okay. If you want to uh, watch the full video of Young Pharaoh, he's on YouTube. Like I said, you can go to his channel. That's Young Pharaoh, and type in that video. I just took the video off, but anyway, is the title of the video. Um, I don't know the whole title again, but I know it's about worshiping Africans. I mean, practicing African spirituality correctly. You want to do it correctly. Okay. All right, you guys. I am going to get off of here. I thank you guys for joining me this morning, and I am going to end the video here. The time is moving. It is 9:09 and I need to get my day started. So thank you guys for joining me. I cut it short. I will continue this video part 2 this evening, maybe around 5 or 5:30. And I hope you would join me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell twice. That way, whenever I go live,
Moms give your porch
or whatever, stop, or whatever I do on my channel, you will be here
pop of
for
color,
it. Okay?
making them an awesome.
Alrighty. Have a great day. Namaste.